and then share screen. Let me find my. Okay, so today let's take a look at the example about spam classification. Okay. So about spam classification. So over here we will use regular expression. Someone, so please turn off your audio, okay? And we will also use the port stammer, okay, from Nature Language Toolkit. Hold on, let me go to the waiting room and admit all, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's, okay, here. Okay, so first let's take a look. So over here we have two files. So we have an email file called email sample1.txt file. And we also have the other file called vocabulary.txt file. And both we are going to open for read, okay? So first I'm going to show you the two files so that you have some idea. The email, the vocabulary. Okay, so this is a vocabulary file. So it has, so if it is the first word, it will have a number and then it's a tab and then the word. Okay, so overall it has about 1899 words. Okay, it's some of the, you may say it's kind of weird. Is it like this kind of word? Is it? But anyway, so over here, it's each word it match a number so contiguously. Okay, in this text file. So this is regarding this text file. Now hold on, let me see if. Oh, I cannot, I need to stop and then share screen again with the other file. Okay, then let's take a look at this file. See, this is the email spam.txt file. Okay, so here is some email information. So this, anyway, this is the email file. So what over here we are going to do is we are going to use the other file is called vocab file. Okay, so it has a matching, okay. Basically it has an integer, number, and then a tab, is it? And then a word. So that is the vocab file, what it has, okay. And here we have the regular email file, is it? So this example just get a glimpse of how we can use machine learning to predict a scam. Okay, so we open those two files and then we need to do some processing. So the first part, what we are going to do is we are going to deal with that vocabulary file. Okay, vocabulary file. So the first thing, because it's a file, is it over here? We read the file, is it? And what we are going to do, it's a big string, is it? So we are going to use each line. So we are going to split by line. Okay, so this vocabulary list will store line. So it's a So it will store lines, so line by line. Okay, so this is vocab list. And then over here, we create a dictionary. Okay, so what we will do here is, so for each line, so this is loop through line. The loop through line. And then for each line, is it we have one, and then we have tab, is it we have AA, is it, and we have two, we have tab, we have AB, something like of this, is it? Then for each, so for each line, so each line, is it, it's from this vocab list. So this EA is one of this, is it? So it's going to loop through. Okay, so we get this. So this is our EA, is it? And once you got EA, then because it's has a tab, is it? So over here, it's going to call strings split by the tab, is it? And then you get the number, you get the word, is it? So we are going to store the number in value and store the word in key. Okay, store both of them in two variables. Okay, and then we are going to build the dictionary. So this is the dictionary. Is it build the dictionary? The dictionary's key is a word, and the dictionary's value is a number. Okay, so anyway, each word, so this is kind of each word's corresponding index is going to be the value. Okay, later on we will use that. So, and over here I also shows the first 5 for the vocab list, is it items. And then let's scroll, and we also can see the first 5 for the dictionary, is it the keys and the values, okay. And over here, we also show the email. So this is the email. This is the email, as we already see it. Okay, so that's regarding this 2 file. We did a little of bit processing, as it store the respective information for the vocabulary file to a dictionary, as it to this dictionary. So that's one of the major thing we did. And then next, let's see, we are going to do some email processing. Okay, in email processing, over here, previously we use the stem, is it? So what is this stemming, is it? So in natural language processing, so the stemming is you get the root or base word. Okay, so here it shows some example. Is it? So suppose you have chocolate, you have chocolatey and choke. Is it of this? The base word will be chocolate. Okay, if you have retrieval, retrieves, is it? Of this, then you will reduce to the stem of retrieve. So this is called stemming, okay. And over here it says application of stemming used in information retrieval, is it like search engine, okay. It can also used to determine domain vocabularies in domain analysis, okay. So it's also quite useful, okay. And then next, let's see, we will do the email process. We need to do some pre-processing, okay, for the email. We cannot just use a raw email. So here we define a method, okay. The method, so we will have the email content. So that's a huge string, is it? And this is our dictionary, okay, that's a dictionary. So the first is, this is the email files. So any email file, is it? Anyway, over here only deal with plain text. So the very first thing we do is we convert all the letters to lowercase. So this is the first step. And then the second step is we use regular expression, etc. So we are going to do some substitution. So any of the numbers, etc., we are going to sub them. So from the email file, sub them with number, the word, okay? So that's what we are going to do. And then next for the URLs, okay? So for URL, the HTTP or HTTPS, is it? All of those, because over here we care about, we are going to use like a spam word to identify. Okay, there are some other ways for spam, but here we just take a look at the simplest case, okay? So you're going to sub the emails, sub the web address, URLs as HTTP address, as this word. And the email address, is it, change it to email address. And $sign, change it to the word dollar, okay? So this is just some pre-processing. And we are also going to strip off all of the special characters. So here is a list of all of the special characters, okay? So we are going to replace them with nothing, etc. So basically you replace them, remove them, etc. And also the new line, etc. We're also going to replace it just with the space, blank space. Okay, so we have all of those special processing, okay, regarding that email file. Then next, what we are going to do, we are going to do stem the word, is it? So if they all have the same base or root word, so over here, we only consider base word or root word. Okay, so that's why we need to do it. So first we need to have this model, is it Porter Stemmer, okay, model. We create that model. And with that model, then you call the stem, is it? And over here, so this is a list comprehension, is it? So this email content splits, is it? Then you will have a number of individual words, is it? And for each of the word, you will get a token, is it? And for that token, you're going to do the stemming, is it? To do stemming. And then you will have the email contents, is it? And what? And then what we are going to do is, because this is a list, the email contents, and then we are going to do what? To have the email content joined by this single space, because later on we need to do the, to get each of the word out again, okay? So this is the stem of the word. And then, okay, what over here, we have a list called word indices. Okay, word indices. So the email contents, it's a big string, is it? And it has a space. Space delimit each word, is it? So then we get each word out from this email content and the cleaned ones, okay? Plus, so this is a cleaned one. So we already remove all of the special signs, is it? Email address, HTTP address, is it? All of those clean ones. And plus, it's only contains the stemming word, the stem word. Is it only contain the base word? Okay, so that's this part. And then for each of the word, what are we going to do? Okay, so here it shows, okay, if the word length, because in our vocabulary list, in the vocab list, the first one start with 2 letter AA, is it? We don't have a single letter one. We're not going to consider the case. So if the word length is greater than 1, is it? And if the email word also in the vocabulary list, okay, in that dictionary, okay, so this is in the dictionary. Then what you are going to do, this word list, it's a list of number. Okay, it's not the individual word. Okay, because in machine learning, is it, we already learned so far, the models we learned, is it cannot deal with plain text, is it? It deals with number. Is it? And previously, you remember the other example we learned is image recognition. Is it with the digit, single digit? That's the classical example, is it, for starting for the digit recognition. And over there, you remember for each of the image, is it, we also use number. They use number, okay. So over here, it's a similar thing, okay. So anyway, this word indices, it's a list of number, okay, a list of number. So what kind of number over here you're going to store? So that's why over here we use this dictionary. Is it? Because for the dictionary for AA, is it? Its number is going to be 1, value is going to be 1, is it? So this is a key, is it? Key. And then we have AB, is it? The number is 2, this is value, is it? So you have key value, is it? So if in the email, is it, you have certain word, and then that word will have a corresponding matching number. Okay, that's that corresponding matching number. That number will be stored in this word indices. Okay, in this list. So basically, this word indices in this case will store the matching numbers. Okay, matching numbers from the vocab list, is it? List dictionary, is it? So it will store that, is it? But the word come from where? It comes from the email. Okay, come from the email, is it? Okay, so we have the word, so you pass in the email. This is email. That is our vocab dictionary. Is it dictionary? You pass in both. Is it, you call them. And then what we will get, is it what we will get? We will get of the numbers. Is it? So you see here, it shows of the numbers. Is it? So basically, for each of this number, there is a word. The corresponding word in the vocab dictionary. Is it in the vocab dictionary? So basically, this is the index. All this number is the index in that vocab dictionary. Is it? Okay, so that's the word indices. Okay, we get, you can see it's a lot of pre-processing work. Is it? Okay, then next, it says we are going to extract features from email. Is that because anyway, for machine learning, machine learning, the basic concept is what? Is you train, is it sample data? Is it, but you will pick features. Pick features, is it? And yesterday we also learned when we mention features, like for polynomial, is it processing? Sometimes not, it's not the raw feature. So raw feature, you can do higher order term. Is it like square x1 square? Is it x2 square? Is it and x1 times x2? Is it something like that? Is it? And then you can also transform your feature space. So this we call feature space. Is it to high dimensional? Is it? So feature doesn't mean it's all raw feature, okay? So you can also add some other features. And the feature, too many feature, not good. Is too few feature, also not good. Is too few feature can, so just some key concept, too few features may not reflect the model correctly. Is it? It can cause what? Can cause underfit. Underfit, is it? But too many feature. Features. Is it too many features? That means probably you had too many noise. Is it? Then you get your model pay attention to more of the noise than the real data. That may also happen. Is it? In that case, that can cause overfit. Is it overfit? Okay, so even regarding features, we also needed to pick the right number of features, is it? Okay, so anyway, over here is we are going to extracting features from the email, okay? From the email, so let's see. So over here, we define a function we call email features, okay? So we have that word indices, is it? That word index is a list, is it? It has a bunch of numbers, is it? Like 1,000 something, okay? I'm just make that up, is it? And this is a vocab list dictionary, is it? So that is a dictionary, is we have the letter, is it? And then we have the number, is it? So this is a dictionary. Dictionary, is it? So what we are going to do here is, okay, it first going to take to measure how many word in the dictionary, is it? So that's the length, okay? And then what we are going to do, we are going to create a NumPy array with all zeros, okay, with all zeros. And the dimension based on what? On the dictionary, okay, the length of the dictionary, okay, the length of the dictionary. So that's this feature, start with all zero, okay? Start with all zero. So that's this features, what it means, okay? And then it's going to loop through the indices. Okay, loop through the indices. So that is this. Is it? Is this. So if the corresponding one, did you see the I? Is it? If it is in, so if this is this number is in the indices, you are going to let the feature, is it B1? Okay, B1. So then you are going to have these features, okay? So that's what try to match the word indices. So then next let's take a look. What are the features? okay, going to look like? Is it? So we are going to call that function email features. Is it plug in with the emails indices and the dictionary? Is it? And here it shows the length of the features vector. Is it? It is what? It's 1899. Is it 1890? And the number of non-zero, is it? Because if it exists, we are going to have 1. Is it? Otherwise, it will be all 0. Is it? So we are going to count totally how many non-zeros for the corresponding features. We are going to, over here, we say, okay, it's 43. Okay, 43. Okay, so that's for the original vocab dictionary and the email files. Okay, and then next, let's see. So over here, we will do our model training. Okay, for the model training, this is a MATLAB file. So we cannot view it a plain text. Okay, there's some other software and you can read it. So anyway, we can still load. So anyway, this is for email training. For training data. Okay, training the email. Okay, and then we get the X, the feature, and the target. Is it? So features. And this Y is our target. Is it? So target anyway, it's going to be 1 or 0. Is it? So if it is spam or not. Is it? It's spam or not. And then over here, I print out the training data shape. Is it? So it's 4,018.99. Okay. So 4,000, so over here it means there are over 4,000 words. Okay, that 1899, remember, is from that vocab list. Is it? So that list kind of serves as a spam list. Spam word list. Okay, for email. Is it? So total it has 1899. Is it? So anyway, that's the training. So for this, you can see for each of the training word, is it? It is what? The feature. How many features it has? That's 1899. Okay, so the corresponding weight, you should have what? If we include the bias term 0, then it should be 1900. Is it 1900? So be careful, it's quite a lot. Okay, quite a lot. Not like what we previously we just have 1 feature or 2 feature. Is it? For this kind of text processing, is it because it's use each individual word. Is it? So you're going to have the vocab list. Then when we treat the feature, so basically each word serves as 1 feature. Okay, serves that. And what you're going to do is you're going to have the kind of like a vocabulary repository. Is it? So if the word, if a special word you want to monitor or you want to supervise is in the list, then in the features matrix, you will mark it as 1. If it's not, then it's 0. Is it? So that's how we deal with it. Okay, then we take a glimpse of the first 5 features. Is it? The first 5 samples. So this is the first word. Basically, okay, the spam train from the spam train. is the first word, is it? And you see over here, it's, so basically it's 0, 0, 0, is it? And maybe somewhere 1, is it? Or maybe it's also 0, is it? And then 0, is it? And totally, how many? You have 1899, is it? So these are all features. Okay, feature. Basically, here is individual word. Individual word from listed in the vocab. Is it in the vocab file? Okay. So that's how we deal with the training data and the with our features and the targets. It's totally, for this we have 4,000 words for training, is it? So this 4,000 words may come from a email, is it? An email. Can someone, you turn off your audio? Can you turn off your audio? Can you turn off your audio? Someone didn't turn off your audio. Okay, then next, let's see. So next we are going to do training. So over here, we are going to use what? Use what we learned yesterday, support vector machine. Okay, support vector machine. And we specify the regulation parameter C. Okay, this is for the regularization C as 0.1. By default, it's 1, okay? And the kernel here, we just use a linear model, okay? And then we do fit with the training data, is it? Training data. And then we get to the training data score, is it? The accuracy. You can see the accuracy is pretty high, is it? And then what we do is we also have the testing data. Okay, so here we load the testing data, and then we do predict, is it? Predict with the model, is it? The model we just trained, is it? And then we can find a score. So the score is pretty good also, is it? 98.9%, okay. And then what next we are going to do with the email that we just loaded, is it? And what over here is we want to find the top predictors for the spam. Okay, so regarding the model that we just trained, we get all of the weights. So that's what we are going to do here. We get off the weights, okay? And with the weights, so you can see the weights. Is it 1899? Is it corresponding to 1899 features? Is it, we are going to have 1899 weights? Is it weights? And then we are going to use this weight to do what? We are going to form a data frame, okay, data frame. And once we have the data frame, we are going to sort it in descending order, okay, sort in descending order. So it's based on weights. So each features weights. Okay, features weight. And then here we have two lists, predictor and IDX. Okay, so what over here we are going to do, if you take a look, is you're going to get the top 15. Okay, the top 15 weights. Okay, so for each of the weight, okay, for each of the weight, what you are going to do is in the vocab dictionary, is it? In the vocab dictionary, we have key, we have value, is it? Key and value. And then we are going to see if it matches, is it? So this I is in the top list of the weights, is it? And the weight matches the features. Is it the features indicated by its index I? Is it index I? So we are going to see if both matching from the word list. Is it? If it matches, okay, we are going to append the corresponding word to the predictor list. Is it? And its index to the IDX. Okay, to the IDX. Okay, so that's how that part works. So we are trying to find the top 15 predictor, okay, in our cases here from our vocab list, is it? And then next, so once we have that part, is it, then we can just print out, is it, the top 15 predictor, is it? And it's corresponding, so this will give you the corresponding weight. So this weight is based on the training model, okay, the training model. So here we see that it has like the weight is this, is the top is, and then click is the second, is it? And this kind of remove is the third, is it? And for each one of it, it has a corresponding weight, is it? And why we say the weight, if the weight is higher, then it's going to be the top predictor, because that means it plays a more important role, is it, in the overall prediction, is it, in the overall prediction. Okay, so for this example, so over here it shows, is it, we use the SVM, and after you go home, you can try with the other model that we learned to do the similar model training and predict to see how accurate the other model is, okay? So anyway, here it shows, is it, using support vector machine, is it, we can also do spam classification. Okay, so that's about spam classification. So the general idea is we need to have that vocab list, that, and then for your email, then you will find, okay, your email spam based on the vocab list, is it? Yeah, so that's the general idea about email spamming. So basically, that's all for this unit.